Welcome to this video, which is a continuation of Exercise 1 Sales Analysis. This time, we want to calculate the bonus that will be awarded to each salesperson based on their performance for the months of July to December 2018. So you can see the rules for giving out the bonus down here. If the salesperson earned 50,000 or more, the bonus is 3,200. If the salesperson earned between 35,000 and 50,000, then he gets 1,600. And if the salesperson earned between 20,000 and 35,000, he gets 800. And if his revenue is below 20,000, he doesn't get a bonus. So let's do it step by step here. We're going to use a function called if. And if is a function that can be used if you have two or more possible results in a formula, which we have right here because we have actually four possible results. Okay, so let's get started here. For the bonus, for Avery, equal if. Okay, and the open parenthesis. So the bonus depends on the value in H4. So if H4, now first let's check if he earned above 50,000. So if H4 greater than, we have to type that in, greater than or equal to 50,000. Right, 50,000, and you just have to be careful with the number of zeros. So this is our first argument. This is our logical test. So if he earned above this, comma, okay, so if this were true, the second argument is the value, if this is true. So if this is true, our bonus will be 3,200. So we can choose to type 3,200 here, although it's more flexible if you use the cell reference, which I'm going to do now. So if he made more than or equal to 50,000, his bonus will be whatever is in B19. Okay, so that's the second argument, comma. Now, if he made less than this, then the third argument will calculate the answer. Now, if it was false, his bonus could be either 1,600, 800, or 0. So we need an if function because we have two or more possible answers here as well. So I type another if, open parenthesis. Okay, so I test once more. So now we know that we earned less than 50,000. So we want to see if we fall into these other categories. So once again, if H4, so this time I'm going to check if it's greater than or equal to 35,000. Okay, so he made less than 50,000, but did he make more than 35,000? Comma. If he did, his bonus is going to be the value in B18. Comma. Now, if he also didn't make more than 35,000, then he may fall into this category. So the third argument is going to be another if because we have two possibilities. He may get 800 or 0. So we still need an if here. So if, open parenthesis, if total greater than or equal to 20,000, comma. Okay, so if he made more than 20,000, it should be greater than, there's no equal. If H4 greater than 20,000, he makes this amount, 800. And if he did not, then he gets a 0. Okay, so now we have completed our arguments. We need to put the closing parenthesis for our if function. So this is the if, the inner if, and now we have to close this if. So I need to put another closing parenthesis here, and then we have to close this outermost if. Okay, so remember that each opening parenthesis must have a matching close parenthesis. So I'm checking it one more time and I'll press enter. Okay, and the answer is 1,600. And you can confirm that for yourself. So Avery made 43,942, so he falls in this category. Okay, now we know that we want to copy formulas as much as possible, but before we copy this formula, we need to look at our arguments. You'll see that we have B19, B18, and B17 down here. Now, if we were just to copy this formula as it is, B19 will adjust and become B20. B18 will adjust and become B19. B17 will adjust and become B18. That's because they are relative references. And when a relative reference appears in a formula, they will adjust according to the new column or the new row where they're copied to. We do not want these cell references to adjust. So we need to put $sign in front of the column and in front of the row. Now you can type the $sign directly yourself like I'm doing here. Okay, because we want this cell reference to remain B19 even if we copied it to the rows below. So you can type it manually, or there's a shortcut. I click the cell reference and I press F4 on the keyboard. Okay, and it already adds $sign as well. So you can do that if you are in a hurry. Okay, so now I've turned these relative references into what we call absolute references. An absolute reference will not adjust even if it's copied to another location on the worksheet. Now H4, we want this to adjust, so we keep it as a relative reference, because when we copy it to the other rows later on, H4 we want it to become H5, H6, H7, H8, and so on. So we keep this as a relative reference. But B19, B18, and B17, we need this to stay the same. So we convert it into an absolute reference. So now that I've prepared my formula to be copied, I can press enter. And I can simply click on this box and drag it down. And here are my bonuses. I can use the comma cell and I can add it up.